Hello everyone. So in this video, I will be covering part 2 of the constructor video. If you haven't watched part 1, please do watch before proceeding in this video. So we already discussed what is constructor, what are the characteristics of constructor, and why do we need constructor. Now here we will be looking types of the constructor. So first we have is a default constructor. The default constructor is a constructor which does not have any parameter. So we took example of class add. If we are using no parameters inside the constructor, then this type of constructor is called default constructor. This is the default constructor that we have created. And if we have some parameters inside our parameter list, then that type of constructor is called parameterized constructor. In parameterized constructor, we can have one or more than one arguments or parameters. So if I write as public add int a, then this int is the parameter that we have used, and therefore this constructor is a parameterized constructor. Now this parameter will give the value to the variable that is declared inside a class, which will initialize its value. Here if I have int x, then I can initialize the value by this way. So we know that constructors are always public. Therefore, this constructor can be accessed anywhere outside the class. If we access this constructor by giving some value in parameters, then this will be able to initialize the value of x, which is kept private above the class, because class is private, methods are private. Therefore, it won't be able to access, and using constructor we can initialize the value of this variable. So these are the types of constructor that we have. Next we have is constructor overloading. In chapter number 3, I taught what is method overloading. So if you haven't watched that video, please do watch the video of chapter number 3 where I have explained method overloading, because that is the base of constructor overloading. I have also explained some programs based on method overloading, so please do watch those videos first and then you can continue watch this constructor overloading video. So similarly, we had method overloading where we used to take multiple methods of same name but different parameters and parameter list. That concept was called method overloading. So same concept is over here. When we have constructors with different parameters, then those constructors are called constructor overloading. Public add with no parameter list is one constructor. If I use another with public add int a, then this is another constructor. And if I use public add with list containing more than one parameters, character ch and int y, then this is another constructor. So in single program we have three different constructors with different parameter list, then this is called constructor overloading. Now the next very important concept is the use of this keyword. This keyword plays a very important role whenever we use constructor. If I have created a class and inside this we have int variable a, if I have constructor which has parameter of the same variable, and if I access variable a outside the constructor, then what will happen? Here I have a, here I have instance variable a, and here I am printing the value of A. So this A will not represent this one. This A represents this A. So how do I give value to this A? If I write here A equals to A, then this A is not representing this one. This A is again representing to this A only. So here comes the use of this keyword. Whenever we have to make use of this variable, that is instance variable, then we use this keyword to access the instance variable. So this A is now represented to here and this A is now represented here. So whenever we pass the value in parameters, whenever we invoke constructor add, then this value will give the value to the instance variable A present in the class. And now if we call and print the value of A, then this will simply print the value that this A has received. I will be covering examples of this topic, that is using this keyword, in my upcoming videos, so please do subscribe to my channel. Now there is another concept where we call constructor from another constructor. I will simply take example of two constructors, that is public add, and I will take another constructor which is having some parameters inside it. Now what I want is, whenever this constructor is called, this should be automatically called. When we create object using this statement. But here we are not passing any parameter. But what I want is, whenever an object is created, this constructor should be automatically called. So I will write here this, and inside I will write value of 10. So this will represent the instance constructor that is present in the class. So this represents constructor and we have given some parameter inside it. So this simply represents this constructor. So whenever the constructor finds this, it will automatically call this constructor and will execute the statements written inside the constructor. So this was all about constructors, how to use this keyword, what are the characteristics of a constructor, what is the need of constructor, how we can call constructor from another constructor. So I hope you understood this concept. If you have any query related to this, then you can ask your query in comment section. And if you have any questions that you are not able to solve, then please do send your questions on my mail ID. I will try to make a video on it. Now in next video I will be covering programs on this. So see you in the next one.